Since the global war on terror began, more than 5,800 service members have lost their lives in the name of freedom. Our next guest is a very talented artist who is using his gifts to commemorate the lives of our great Americans who have fallen in the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. He has stated that he felt compelled to create this project due to a persistent inner calling to honor each individual who has sacrificed their life for us and to help heal the military families who have been left behind. His memorial is called The Rise of the Fallen. It honors each service member's sacrifice, preserving their dignity through artistic representation. Here to share more about his project with you is a friend to all veterans, Mr. Andre Ferrella.
Thank you very much. Good morning. I am honored to be here today. I want to thank the VFW for the invitation to present to you a project that is so very dear to my heart. It is called The Rise of the Fallen. The Rise of the Fallen is a commemoration to the American soldiers who have fallen in Iraq and Afghanistan. Our mission is to honor, memorialize, and respect these soldiers, our brave American heroes, who have paid the ultimate sacrifice for the ideals that they believed in. You know families, friends, and relatives who have lost someone, and particularly had a soldier fallen in Iraq and Afghanistan conflict. I know how much pain and suffering this causes those individuals, as well as you and me and our country. They are our brothers, they are our sisters, they are our family. I want to thank each and every one of you here today who have served or are serving our country to protect our borders, to keep us safe from harm, and to keep the American vision of freedom and democracy alive. Thank you so very much for your service to our great United States of America. You are the spirit of America. The Rise of the Fallen is a project that memorializes, honors, and gives respect to those who have given the ultimate sacrifice. I have chosen a special form of portraiture that I call spirit boxes. This is a spirit box. This spirit box is a unique method of portraiture that I developed to keep the memory of those alive who have passed over. These spirit boxes represent the essence, the spirit of who we truly are. These soldiers are not just black letters on a white sheet of paper or letters carved in stone. They had a unique identity, that of their face. These spirit boxes represent that which is truly our essence, our spirit, our soul. They were human beings who walked this earth and deserved to be represented as such. Peg O'Donnell, Gold Star mother of Lance Corporal Shane O'Donnell from DeForest, Wisconsin, Shane lost his life in Iraq in 2004, came to my studio when I first started this project almost 4 years ago. Mrs. O'Donnell told me that there was no spirit box of Shane at the time, but she felt the presence amongst the several spirit boxes that I had begun to produce. She said to me that she felt his presence here amongst us. That to me was very powerful. There is a very unique three-dimensional quality to these spirit boxes, as you've seen, that make us feel their presence. We become aware of whom they truly are and help us to recognize our own spirit within ourselves. Mrs. O'Donnell said to me it was like an hour of therapy for her when she was at my studio. It gave her closure, she said. I created a spirit box of Shane, especially for her, and she took it home to the friends and families and relatives, and they also said that they felt the presence of Shane, that it felt like he was actually there, actually as I felt him in heaven as spirit. God bless all these soldiers who have paid this price. The process of the spirit box begins with a soldier's image that undergoes an artistic development which preserves for eternity the essence of the fallen and the memory we wish to keep alive. The spirit box is not a photograph of these brave individuals, but rather the spirit of their inner strength that resonates through their beautiful ethereal faces. The spirit boxes emanate the power of the presence of their true and unique identity, that which they so truly deserve. You might have had the opportunity to see them in the hallway here. Please take a moment when you have some time to see the display and pay honor and respect to those who represent the more than 5,885 fallen heroes. Throughout the history of art, no one has ever produced a type of portraiture as such. It is unique to each of these heroes as they are unique. This is of historical precedence in our society. The need to honor and pay respect to those who have given the ultimate sacrifice is here today contained in this project, The Rise of the Fallen. The Wisconsin Veterans Museum commissioned the 101 fallen soldiers from Wisconsin called The Rise of the Fallen Wisconsin this past summer from July through October. For 3 months, this installation was available to the public, and let me tell you, there were thousands of people ranging from Gold Star families, relatives and friends, and the general public who came to pay respect and honor these men and women of our armed forces. I cannot begin to tell you the incredible feeling of positive reinforcement, of love and of compassion. The feeling was one of might and strength. This installation will now travel to the Milwaukee County War Memorial this summer from May through June, and will continue on to the high ground in northern Wisconsin and to the University of Wisconsin in Whitewater in observance of Veterans Day. The Wisconsin Veterans Museum plans on making this a continuing traveling installation throughout the state of Wisconsin and the Midwest. It is magnificent to behold these 101 beautiful soldiers. Currently, that number is at 106 from the state of Wisconsin, and we will be adding additional spirit boxes to that installation. Some of the public felt as though these men and women were amongst us. It sort of reminds me of the Vietnam Wall, where a soldier in civilian clothes leans into the wall and feels his unit's presence there reflected in the wall. These men and women are there in heaven waiting for us to pay honor and respect. They so deserve it. The Wisconsin Tribute proved to me that these spirit boxes are incredibly powerful. I would like to present to you a few multimedia slides of the Wisconsin installation, a news report, and some of the public commentaries. If you'd like to show that first. This is a mock-up that I created when I first started this project almost 4 years ago. This is a representation of what potentially 800 spirit boxes could look like. Next slide, please. This is the Wisconsin Veteran Museum's installation of the 101 spirit boxes. And you can show the next slide, please.
Faces of those who gave the ultimate sacrifice are part of a new art exhibit, all in hopes to provide the human side of war. The night team's Andy Choi joins us with with more on the rise of the fallen. Andy.
Eric, a picture may be worth 1,000 words, but these images of Wisconsin's brave soldiers and Marines could leave those viewing the work speechless.
You know, one box at a time is very powerful, but as we were installing it, every time we installed a row, it just felt bigger and bigger and bigger, and to me it feels bigger than what it really is.
Maybe you've heard their names, read about where they lived or how long they served, but artist Andre Firella's work, The Rise of the Fallen, is more about a higher connection.
The subtlety, I think, is what the power is. It's like they're almost there and they're almost not there. It's almost so real that you can almost talk to them.
All 101 Wisconsin servicemen and women who gave their lives in Iraq and Afghanistan are honored in what Fiorella calls spirit boxes. The milky, translucent plexiglass box is what creates the three-dimensional effect for each of the soldiers' photographs.
His idea was to sort of give the sense that they're on the other side looking to us.
Each face on display offers those that are looking a chance to go beyond names and statistics and find themselves closer to the human side of war.
People are going to bring all sorts of different ideas to the exhibit, different perspectives, political perspectives, but we want people to focus on the individuals and the men and women who did give their lives for some ideals.
I hope that the public honors them and commemorates them for who and what they've done for us.
Fiorella says each spirit box takes hours to create from start to finish. The display will eventually travel around the state, but Fiorella says his ultimate goal is to create spirit boxes for all of the American servicemen and women who have given their lives. That number is at 5,521.
Andy, did they mention how maybe the families of the service members are reacting to this?
A lot of the families have seen the piece. Eric Fiorella tells us for many, it's still incredibly difficult to come to terms with the exhibit's emotional message, but many of the families are telling Fiorella that it's helping to bring some sense of closure to see their loved ones through those spirit boxes.
All right, News 3's Andy Choi reporting. Andy, thank you very much. The Rise of the Fallen on display at the Wisconsin Veterans Museum on 30 West Mifflin. That's just off the square in Madison. You can check it out through October 31st.
My name is Jack Bergman. I'm a World War II vet, spent 3 years in World War II. Our battleship led the fleet into Tokyo Bay when the war ended, September 2nd, 45. A magnificent creation. It's a great memory to those that gave their life for the country, whether man or woman. They're heroes, and their lives will be memorialized forever. And it's an honor to be a witness to it. Perhaps in Washington, alongside of the World War II, which I was honored to go on the honor flight a year ago, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, and those memorials will be out forever. And I believe this particular exhibit and memorial would add credence to the beauty and the spirituality of the whole concept of memorials to veterans of all the wars, whatever they were. Amen.
My name is Christan Stone, and I'm here with my daughter, Cypress Stone, and just witnessing this beautiful wall of spirits that seems to be emanating. I've been to so many memorials, and this by far is the most powerful memorial that I have seen. Thank you.
I'm a soldier out of Fort McCoy, Wisconsin, and by a great stroke of luck happened to be coming to the Veterans Museum while this display is out. And I can't tell you how moving it is. I get that lump in my throat when I see it, and I look at these faces and I see these men and women so brave and so full of life right there on the wall. You know, you could almost say, like, well, let me pull back that curtain that's there. They're there, and they were here, and they're going to live here. People are going to see these faces and remember these people, these beautiful faces, these beautiful soldiers, seamen, sailors, Marines who gave the ultimate sacrifice. It's a beautiful tribute. I'm very moved, and I would hope that this finds a place somewhere in Washington.
Makes a great statement of our fallen. God bless them. Really amazing. It's a wonderful project. So sad. This is for our freedom. All of our young people. What for? These are the true heroes. Americans should be so proud. No more wars for good. Our young has been taken from us.
We can start out with each of your states that you represent and travel this installation to each of your counties, perhaps post to post, so that the public will become aware of these incredible individuals, to respect and honor them as they so truly deserve. We can begin with the Medal of Honor recipients, the Silver Star, the Distinguished Flying Cross, the Purple Heart, prisoners of war, and the missing in action. We have begun with the state of Wisconsin, and we need to carry on with your support. The Rise of the Fallen is a nonprofit 501c3 organization. We are making no profit on this project. We are a small organization with a large, compassionate heart, providing comfort to the families and relatives and friends of the fallen, as well as our nation, recognizing these great men and women. I am here today to share my vision and ask if you would please join us in whatever way you can. May it be financial assistance, contacts, possible venues, perhaps here in Washington, where the Rise of the Fallen will find a permanent home. And I believe that you know someone who can help us. You can provide us personal support. You can work with your local community to raise funds. You can meet with corporate leaders you know and ask them to get involved. Perhaps the state's posts can come together as a group to fund a centralized installation. I appreciate your support, and I know wherever these soldiers are who paid this ultimate sacrifice for freedom will appreciate it as well. I ask for your assistance to help us give the proper tribute, honor, and respect these brave servicemen and women so deserve, and to have a proper place in society and the history of our country. God bless you. God bless your families. God bless our soldiers. God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Andre Farella, thank you so much for that Rise of the Fall of the project, so we appreciate that.